Hey folks, welcome back to Real Estate Investing Unmasked. Today we're going to talk about getting an agent to sell your house. So it's time for you to sell your house and you don't want to do it alone. And you're like, for sell by owner, not going to happen. I need this sold and I need it sold now. Here are some tips that you can do as far as getting the right agent. When you sign up with an agent, they're going to be with you for a couple of months. Most contracts that I've had for agents are between 3 and 6 months. And so once you sign that piece of paper saying you represent me, you better be ready to use that person. And you better know who they are, that they're going to do a good job. It's not always the best idea to pick somebody who's family or friends because they just became an agent or they've been doing it for a month. You want somebody who's full-time. You want somebody who's been doing this for a while potentially. Now, I feel sorry for those realtors and real estate agents that are working really hard out in the field who just got started doing this, because this may give them a bad rap. The reality is they don't have the experience yet. They'll get it by putting in all those hours and sweating on the streets trying to market and everything. They'll get that experience, but you want to go with somebody who's tried and true. So before you sign on the dotted line saying, yes, you'll be my agent, you want to make sure you interview that person. You want to know, how much do they know? Will they help you sell that house, and how? What are their strategies for selling a house? What makes them capable of selling your house more than somebody else? Are they one of the top sellers at their office? If they are, well, hey, that may be the reason why you know that they'll get it done. Maybe they've been in the real estate market for 20 years and they've been doing this for full time 20 years. They probably know a lot of people. Some real estate agents, if they've been doing it long enough, if they get to the point where they can't sell your house to the open market, usually they'll know someone who has the money to be able to pick up that property, even if it's for a little bit less than normal. For instance, people like me as a real estate investor, there are agents that I work with that I say, hey, when you get a really good deal, let me know. And it could be that they've got a seller that just can't hold on to this property anymore. They absolutely must sell this. They can't go through the time of putting it out on the market and hoping that they get a buyer. So reaching out to an experienced agent, somebody who's got a nice Rolodex, somebody who's got a lot of contacts in their phone, those are the people you're going to want to reach out to. Now, real estate agents, when they come out, if you've interviewed them and they sound like they know what they're talking about, don't doubt them when they give you advice on selling your house. When they say, hey, you know what, if you'll just install some blinds, I know it's going to cost a couple $1,000s, just install some blinds and you'll sell your house immediately. Spend the money and get the house sold. If they say, you know what, you probably need to change your countertops. That tile countertop that they put in the 80s and the 90s, people don't want that anymore. They want the quartz, they want the granite, they want the Corian counters. Fine. It may cost a couple $1,000s, but that may actually gain you a couple $1,000 and then it's a wash, but at least it's sold. Before you sign the dotted line, you also want to make sure you negotiate your contract. When I sell a house, I try not to pay more than 4% when I'm selling. And I do that by paying the seller agent 1%, and then I pay 3% to the buyer's agent. Now, I have gone up to 5%, or 2% for the seller's agent and 3% for the buyer's agent. If you are in an area where seller's agents say this place will not sell regardless because you're in a buyer's market, then maybe you go up to the 6%. But if you're in a seller's market, 4% is plenty. So you want to negotiate what your agent is going to do or what they're not going to do, what you're going to pay them and what you're not going to pay them. That way, everything's up and on board right up front. This is a business transaction, so you want to choose the right person who's going to represent you the best. You want to make sure that you know kind of a timeline of what to expect once you do have an offer, how long you're going to accept offers before you actually choose the offer that you're going to go with. For instance, in a seller's market like right now, you may have the house on the market for 2 or 3 days and may have 15, 20 offers in Southern California. So at what point are you going to say, okay, no more offers? And are they the kind of agent that will go back and say, I want your final and best offer, even if they only get one offer? If you do that, you're going to find that people often will raise how much they're willing to pay on the house. Now, sometimes people say, no, this is the most I'm going to give. But in many cases, a real estate agent, if they go back and say, we want final and best offer, we have multiple offers, that will cause it to go up. Now, an agent is required to show you every single offer unless you tell them otherwise. So make sure you got an agent that's on the up and up, and they're going to be there to fully represent you. That's what you're there for. So folks, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have other tips that you have on finding an agent for selling a house, go ahead and put them in the comments down below. Don't forget to follow me on Hive and 3Speak and subscribe here on YouTube. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time.